This is Josiah Plays Torment, Tides of Numenera. We are speaking with Callistige and Allegan, and as she speaks, a vision flashes into our mind. Let's find out what it is. It's not yours, exactly. Somehow you know this is a memory of the changing gods. You are in a dark room, lit by a myriad of blinking lights and holograms from the many machines surrounding you. "What about a body that can withstand the sorrow's attacks?" says a voice. It seems to be coming from one of the machines. "No," you reply. "This thing has no respect for barriers of any kind. Physical, temporal, psychic. This is the only way." With a series of gestures, you bring up an image of a crystalline pod. "If the resonance chamber works, it will give us the power to stop the Sorrow's hunt once and for all. We just need the right focal point, a catalyst." The memory fades. Callistige is still talking. You realize that the device you saw in the memory is identical to the one behind you now. It looks just like the Spectre had described it, a transparent sarcophagus inside a crystalline dome with mechanical arms arrayed around it on a metal ring. Unfortunately, the dome is shattered, the sarcophagus is cracked, and one of the arms is in pieces on the floor. Whatever its function, it clearly needs repair. Well, yeah, because we just fell from space and landed on it. So, typically that does cause things to break. What's the character creation like, Luciferius? We just did character creation, like a little less than an hour ago. You go through, you pick, well, in the very beginning you pick your gender. That's all you choose in the beginning. You don't get to name your character, because no matter what, you're the last cast off, and that's the only name your character has. But you pick male or female, then you go through some memories, and you answer some questions of what you would do, and that gives you a list of, like, descriptors that relate to the choices you made. So you pick one of those, and then you go into the full character creation thing, and you get to pick your type. There's 3 types, which are basically your class. There's Jack, Nano, and Glaive, which are like fighter, rogue, and wizard, basically. And you pick your, where you put your starting points for your stat pools, your might, speed, and intellect stat pools. So there's some stats there. You pick what starting skills and abilities you want, and you pick what you want for your final descriptor. You can change it from what you got from the question thing earlier. And the descriptor affects some of your starting skills and stats and stuff too. There's one more piece of character creation in Numenera that we haven't done yet. I guess you do it later on in the game, and that's picking what's called your focus. I think it's called your focus. Type, descriptor, and focus are like the 3 elements of your character. And the focus is like what kind of special abilities you have, and it's independent of your class or your type, quote unquote. So you'll choose that later on in the game. I think pretty early in the game, but not like immediately. So yeah, I mean, it's not as in-depth as creating a D&D character. There's not as much choice or as much, numbers to play with or whatever, but it's a fairly robust character creation. It's definitely an RPG. Okay, whatever its function, it clearly needs repair. "Or flesh-eating viruses. One presumes disfigurement by the iron wind would likewise be devastating enough to..." She's telling me all the ways that I could die. I think she gets the point, Callistige. "I saw a vision of myself in another time and place just now. You didn't see it too, did you?" "Saw you stare into space while Callistige graphically described all the ways you could die, but that's about it." He snorts. "I only noticed because I did the same thing." Nice, these two. No love lost here. "Do either of you know anything about the sorrow?" "I've had my share of sorrows, but never the sorrow. What's that, a disease?" Her mouth compresses in a tight line. "I know nothing about it." I don't think she's telling the truth. "Hey, Irisfar. How you doing?" Thanks for coming by. How far in the game are we in here? Very, very much in the beginning still. Very much in the beginning. For a normal human being that plays games like a normal person, we're like 20 minutes into the game, tops. Scanner thoughts for info. I can't knock smooth because I don't have scan thoughts. No. How is it? I think it's pretty good so far. It seems good. Good writing. Interesting setting. Lots of mysterious stuff going on. So, it seems cool. Do either of you know how to fix that crystal chamber there?
Making a note.
Oh, I got a quest. Allegan chuckles. Then, firm and certain, he says, not likely. Though it might not be impossible. You need people with the appropriate knowledge. I'm sure the cult of the changing god will hold the answer. Her distaste is evident in the expressions of her echoes, although the face of the one in the lead remains carefully impassive. You turn to the insane to help a newborn. Where's your judgment, Allegan? I would take her to the Order of Truth. The Order of Truth? Are you mad? They would sooner take us apart. What's the Order of Truth? Knowledge seekers, the learned who try to wrest secrets from the hearts of the prior worlds. They gather in the city to exchange their findings and help humanity to build a brighter future. She smiles brightly. Our friend Allegan here was once one of them. Frauds, quacksalvers, and charlatans. They don't have all the answers, and I'd not trust them with the changing god's secrets. You're just angry that they couldn't help you with yours. Her echoes tinkle laughter. But I'm being too cruel, dear Allegan. Let us take our new friend to the Order. What's the cult of the changing god? Despite what she says, they're not insane. They're eccentrics. I know. Fighting words calling somebody a quacksalver. She laughs, but he soldiers on. They're worshippers of, well, of you or your sire. The changing god. They devote their lives to understanding your kind. I have some other questions. Who did you say could fix the chamber again? I don't actually have other questions. Alright, so I have to decide which one of these two groups I want to go see. The Changing God Cult or the Order of Truth. Next time you want to insult someone, you'll call them that? Fucking quacksalver. What? They would just be like, what? What did you just say? I think I like the sound of the Cult of the Changing God better than the Order of Truth. Because the Cult of the Changing God, it sounds like they would basically worship me as being like a divine being, and I'm always down for that. The disfavorite of the Scarlet Chorus. Oh, man. Love me some Scarlet Chorus. Allegan, will you take me to the Cult of the Changing God? A wise choice. Your worshippers aren't likely to cut you apart. And they're sometimes fools, but they collect knowledge and data. They'll tell you more than you care to know about whoever you are. They could give you good counsel. She sniffs and gives Allegan an acid glare. Good counsel? The best counsel is to come with me. I'll accompany the two of you. When you change your mind, you'll need an introduction to the Order of Truth. Fine, we'll both go. But don't be surprised when Callistes leaves you broken in a ditch with your purse empty, while she laughs it off as a good experiment. Suspicious as always, Allegan. Child, the world is an exciting place, but it is full of dangers. Rest assured, one of us will get you safely where you need to be. I'll be right behind you. A sunny smile crosses her faces. Why do you want to go with me? What's in it for you? I won't deny that you are an exciting find, but it's not About that, I just want to see you safely out of the reef. Kid, you're not safe here. And not just because you're new. Treasure hunters trawl the reef. Scavengers who would sell you for parts if they knew where you came from, what you were. Alright, then let's go. Companions. You've gained your first companions. They will follow the last cast off and can be controlled during a crisis. You can speak to them about their past and take advantage of their unique abilities and skills. Companions have their own motivations and personalities, and depending on the choices you make, they may not follow you forever. You will find more companions who can join you as you travel through the Ninth World. Take this opportunity to explore your surroundings. You may find items, equipment, and more to assist you. When you're ready, you can leave the Broken Dome using the stairs to the northeast. Alright, so we're in the Broken Dome. There's the map of the Broken Dome. Looks very nice. There's my party members. There's the crystal sarcophagus. There's my character sheet. Journal. Fallen to Earth. I miraculously survived. Well, I guess if this is first-person journaling, I have to say it in the character voice. I miraculously survived a fall from many kilometers above the Earth's surface, only to find myself in another unexpected situation. My only hope of stopping the sorrow, the creature that hunts me, is to climb inside the crystal resonance chamber and activate the device. Unfortunately, the resonance chamber was badly damaged by my fall, so it'll need to be fixed. Find a way to repair the resonance chamber. The two people who found me have conflicting opinions about where I should go for help. Allegan suggested that I speak with the cultists of the Changing God, while Calestige directed me to the Order of Truth. My dominant tide is silver and blue. The silver tide represents prestige, power, and renown. People attuned to this tide desire admiration and respect, all the more because of the influence it gives them in the lives of others. Leaders, celebrities, heroes, and autocrats are often attuned to this tide. The blue tide represents wisdom, reason, and enlightenment. People attuned to this tide seek information and the preservation of knowledge in all forms, whether scientific or spiritual. Scholars, teachers, guides, and mystics are often attuned to this tide. We know about my descriptor and I got 40 XP out of 180. The next advancement. That's cool. Got an unarmed attack. Ready to whoop some dudes up with a +1 with 1 point of damage. Alright, my other characters. Here's Allegan. He's a hardened nano who fights with his demons. Allegan has had a tough life. It's given him a unique outlook on problem solving. We know what nanos are. Tattoos. Fights with his demons. His tattoos seem to be a source of great pain for him, but they are also a source of great power. So he's got a lot of health, holy crap. And some intellect, might, speed, max effort of 3. He's got a mace that does 4 damage, so he's a whoop-ass machine compared to me. And he has more armor, more resistance, way more willpower. So this guy is an ass-beating machine, basically. And Calestige is a cunning nano who pierces realities. See, that who blank at the end after this is that's their focus. I don't have a focus yet. I'm just a charming Jack. I don't have a who blah 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 blahs, but I'll get one. They already both have their focus. His is fights with his demons, and hers is pierces realities. She's cunning. Her ability to exist in multiple realities at once gives her a unique outlook on things. And she pierces realities. Calestige has gathered esoteries and knowledge from countless realities. She is truly a force to be reckoned with. Charming Jack who summons angels. Angel Summoner. And BMX Bandit. Okay. And she's got a ranged weapon. Interesting. Alright, so this is my stuff. Flex skill, hedge magic, infused weapon. He's got Innervate. Okay, so he's got a heal. So he can heal, which is cool. And he's got his living tattoos. Channel a subtle esoteric through the body of an ally, purging most negative effects from them and healing their wounds. Living tattoos. That's a pretty cool looking image right there. Allegan's tattoos swarm and swirl over his skin, lending themselves to whatever purpose the former priest puts his mind to, each building on the similar strength of the last. While active, uses similar actions, attacks, defensive esoteric ciphers, or healing esoteric ciphers, multiple turns in a row to chain increasing effects. Using a different kind of action, breaks the chain and removes the fettle. When the chain reaches 4, the fettle is removed. That's interesting. He's also got concentration use, cipher limit increase, resourceful. Oh, he can carry all kinds of ciphers. Endurance, lore of machinery, and smashing. That's good, because I don't have either of those skills. So I can use his if I need to smash some stuff or machine lore some stuff. She's got transdimensional onslaught. Though Calistige learned Onslaught long ago, her connection to the multiverse has limited its flexibility. She can only summon transdimensional energies for her attack. Does damage, confers hobbled. Cool. She's got super dimensional, or dimensional superposition. She can teleport, gain phased. Wow. When one exists in all realities, moving from here to there while avoiding an enemy's clumsy blows is simply a matter of willpower. She's also got concentration skill, cipher limit increase, and targeting eye, a mechanical enhancement. So she's got cyberware. She's got a cyber eye. A mechanical enhancement to your biological eye helps you focus your more esoteric. That helps with her spells, like when she's attacking with transdimensional onslaught, she'd get the bonus from that. And she's got mystical lore and perception. What do they have? I've got a wit-crafted suit. This suit of thin hide and crude synthetic tendons is far lighter than it should be. Of course, that's not really surprising. You made this armor with your decisions. It is crafted entirely from your thoughts, given shape by your intent, and it will protect you as you fight your enemies as a jack does, with clever trickery, quick wits, and cunning gadgets. So this is starting to feel like some Planescape Torment shit. I'm wearing armor that I crafted with my own mind. That's pretty cool. I don't have anything else, no weapons, nothing. I still have my shimmering glass Cypher. What does he got? This mace has a slender haft attached to a heavy flanged head that can tear into heavy armor. Maces are cheap, common, and easy to create. That shaft on that seems kind of thin for given the size of the head. I'm just saying, it just seems like it would bend or something. But it's probably made of blah 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 super awesome material that can't bend or break. This guy Allegan's vest. Only usable by Allegan. This vest belongs to Allegan, just in case you didn't know. It doesn't offer much protection to his arms, but it's made of a material tough and thick enough to absorb glancing blows. And he's also got a coat. Only usable by Allegan, gives him some willpower. That's a pretty cool looking coat. I wouldn't mind. Wow. Look at his arm tattoos. Those are pretty legit. Allegan's dusty leather coat has seen long years of use. Pockets line its surface, and a latticework of wires covers over a strange star on the jacket's breast. Oh, did he used to be some kind of sheriff or something? Or maybe he just took a fucking coat from some kind of sheriff or something. I don't know. Neither of them have any ciphers. She can carry 3. He can carry 5, which is amazing. He's got this, a buzzer. This small mechanical device fits comfortably in a human hand. It fires thumbnail-sized razor-sharp discs. Wow. Hey, Kilver, how you doing? While these devices are sometimes made from scavenged Numenera, skilled artisans can craft them from raw parts. They're fairly common weapons, though still valued and dangerous. So she shoots little thumbnail size. So that's like the size of a coin. She shoots like sharpened coins at people, basically. Alright. Callisteige's dress. Only usable by Callisteige. This colorful, elegant dress belongs to Callisteige. Endless copies of the same dress belong to her sisters. So this gives her 1 armor and 2 resistance, which makes her dress better than my stupid little suit thing, which only gives me 1 and 1. The Dimensional Mantle also gives her some willpower. You occasionally see flashes of a cloth material similar to Callisteige's dress shimmering around her form. It appears to be some kind of connective tissue between her and her echoes. Oh wow, so that's just not like a garment, that's like a dimensional mantle, one might say. Thank you for that, host, Brad. Thank you for that. Okay. So now we understand who our people are, what they've got, what they can do. I think it's time for another save game. Can we talk to them anymore?
I don't like the smell of this dome. Let's go. Sooner, not later.
We should not tarry in this chamber long. No doubt others saw your dramatic entrance as well.
I don't like the smell of
We should not tarry in this...
I don't like the smell.
We should not tarry in this chamber long.
Okay.
No doubt others saw your
All right.
Don't push me.
Yes?
What?
I wonder if these guys say something funny if you click them a bunch of times.
Don't push me. What? What do you need? What? All right. What? What do you need? All right. What? Yeah? Don't push me. What do you need? What do you need?
I don't think he's gonna say anything special.
Don't push
When I first
All right.
met these two, they
All
did say a couple of voiced lines in the beginning.
All right.
And there was a narrator in the very, very beginning that said some voice. And so yeah, there is some voice acting in this, just not a lot compared to the amount of text there is.
Shall we? Yes? Yes, child?
I hate people that call people child that are not a child. Even if they are a child, I think it's obnoxious when yes, child. All right, what do we have in here? Lots of things to look at. What is this? Broken fragments of the domed ceiling are scattered on the floor. They appear to be made of transparent synth. I think synth is like plastic. Like their version of plastic. Okay. The flexible tubes that are attached to this machine appear to be later additions. Someone cobbled the device together, but its function is unclear. What is this mysterious stuff? Mysterious. The graphics look nice, though. Tiny glowing motes float through the interior of this tower. Each one is surrounded by much smaller motes, like thousands of worlds circling their suns. Maybe the entire universe is contained in this thing. That'd be cool. There's a thing I can mess with. There's a thing I can mess with. So there's 4 things I can mess with in here. So let's start messing with things. Sunlight falls through the ragged hole in the roof onto the shattered resonance chamber. It is hard to believe that you did this, that you plummeted through the curve of the pale blue sky, crashed through the dome, and broke this delicate machine with your own body. It is hard to believe that you are still alive. 4 mechanical arms hang over the center of the device, above the cracked, semi-transparent crystal of the sarcophagus. The 5th arm lies broken on the floor among the scattered synth and crystal shards, and a metal ring surrounds the array, dented and broken by your impact crater. Let's take a closer look at the sarcophagus. The padded interior beneath the coffin's cracked lid looks like it was made for a human body. Despite the damage, you don't see any way to open it and get inside. You glance between the sarcophagus and the needle-like protrusions at the ends of the arms above. It seems likely that using this chamber would not be a pleasant experience. Well, yeah, anything that's got 5 arms with weird fucking pointy things at the end of them pointing at it is not going to be the super happy time. Those are not super sharp, stabby, you know, like pleasure rods or anything. Those are there to do terrible things to you. Looks like a torture device. Let's examine the suspended arms. Actually, hold on. It may be your imagination, but some of the cracks in the crystal seem shallower than they were before. Wait, so is this thing healing itself? Do I even need to bother to get somebody to fix it? If it's regenerating, I just have to wait. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sit in this room and wait for the entirety of the game until it fixes itself. Not even going to leave the room. Let's examine the suspended arms. Cables run from machines along the dome's walls to the base of the suspended arms, each of which is capped with long needles. See, that's no good. Aimed at the cracked coffin-like chamber at the center of the platform. Gem-like lights flicker dimly at the bases of the arms. See, if Ada was here, she'd be trying to pry those gems out. Or if Saito was here in any form. Let's examine them again. The needle-like extensions at the ends of the arm glitter in the dome's faint light. A number of the lights at the bases of the arms have gone out. Let's check out the metal ring. You feel the slightest hint of resistance every time you cross the ring. And now that you're paying attention, you note that your breath is echoing in your ears, as though you were inside a glass dome. When you step outside the ring, the feeling passes. Inspect it again. The ring seems to project some kind of field, like a protective dome around the sarcophagus. You know, that's interesting. Charming Jack with devoured intellect. Nice. What is going on? Leathercore? Is that like a reference to... Was there like a talking sword named something like that in like Baldur's Gate? I don't know. Or is it something completely different? Tarawak. How you doing, Tarawak? Another Jack? Yes, another Jack. Let's examine the shards on the ground. Jagged fragments of crystal are intermingled with synth from the shattered dome above. The crystal shards glitter in the light like captive suns. Ah, see, and this next part I only get because I have the perception skill. A faint scratching sound draws your attention to 2 crystalline chunks near your feet. As you watch, they tumble gently into each other and meld, their disparate angles flowing together like water. Alright, so this thing is healing itself. Got done with some of the new patch of the Division. Nothing too much to report. New incursion. I like the Division. I played some Division. I haven't played it in a little while, but I don't know anything about... I didn't even hear that there was a new patch. But that's pretty cool. It's a cool game. After a moment, they part again, trailing shining threads of living crystal. It seems that the Resonance Chamber can heal from certain wounds, but not from the amount of damage you've done to it. Let's pick up a crystal shard. I got an item. Crystalline shard. You scavenged this crystalline shard from the wreckage of the Changing God's Resonance Chamber. It is sharp and can serve as an improvised weapon. It does 2 damage instead of 1. So I just got a dagger, basically. Nice. Let's look for other useful shards. Total War Warhammer. Honestly, I kind of regretted buying it. I mean, I had fun with it, especially at first. But by the time I finished playing it, I was really bored with it. But I'm not really that into those kind of games that much, so I think a person that's really into the Total War games or you know, real-time strategy or games like that would probably like it a lot more than I did. I mean, I think it was a good game. There was nothing wrong with it, but I was pretty bored with it. It didn't take me that long to get kind of bored with it, so I don't know. You could, but I paid full price for it, so if you can get it for $12, it's probably worth it. Hey Jen, good to see you. How you doing? Yes, poor voice acting is happening here. Nox says, congratulations, you got a dagger. Unfortunately, the resonance chamber will never fix itself now without that missing piece. I know, and then I'm like going to accidentally sell that dagger to a vendor later. I'm going to forget about it, and then I'll never be able to you can't, and I won't be able to beat the game. Yeah, pretty much. Sungnif, good to see you again. Alright, let's look for other useful shards. You sort through the remaining pieces of crystal, but they are too small or too unwieldy to be of any use. Yeah, see, you just missed a big long conversation with two characters in which I did terrible voice acting. So, but there'll be more. There will be more. Step away from the device. Alright. What else is in here? This thing. The actual game is very good, but you'll be nickel and dime to hell for the extra content. Ah, yeah. So many companies do that nowadays. A mechanical arm lies on the floor, presumably broken during your fall. Sparks pour from the arm's shattered housing, filling the air with a greasy stench. I can examine the housing. Let's do that first. Greasy stench doesn't sound great. Yeah, I'll probably get out of the room within, you know, within the first 4 hours at least. The sharply pointed apparatus that formerly topped the device appears burnt out and useless, but the equipment in the base remains at least somewhat operational, as the constant stream of sizzling motes can attest. Sizzling motes sound cool. Alright, let's see if we can scavenge what you can from the arm's housing. Now listen, I may do a lot of save scumming in this. I'm just gonna let you know now, there may be some legitimate save scumming that takes place in this game. We'll see. You're sad, I'm Danish, we all have our crosses to bear. Really? Danish, huh? I watch another streamer who's Danish. He does leatherworking. Can't remember his name. But he's from Denmark and he does leatherworking on stream. He's pretty cool. It's a very chill stream, just watching somebody do leatherworking. Yeah, ain't that the truth? You gotta get going out of here. So many people saw you fall right here. They're on their way. I have a feeling we've got all the time we need here. Alright, here we go. Oh god, we got a tutorial. There is a Danish leatherworking stream, yeah. I think his name is something like That Danish Guy or something. Like, I think his name has Danish right in it. You select a companion's portrait in the effort window. They can assist the last cast-off with some challenges. Your companion stat pools are used instead of your own, and they may have different skills, abilities, and statistics that make the challenge easier. Companions cannot assist in a crisis and can only use their stats during their turn. Alright, so we've already looked at the effort thing. We know how this works. I can choose to spend some of my points of speed pool or whatever this is to increase my chances. But now I can also select them and use their skills and use their pools. So, like, I've got a base 60% chance of doing it. Callistes has 60, but Allegan has a 75% without even using any effort. So we're gonna try letting him do it. Human flesh leatherworking, says Darnos. I would watch that. I would watch that. Thought about doing blacksmithing on stream, but you can't really figure it. It sounds like it would be a pain in the ass to set up for that. Definitely. Half your Twitch friends are Danish? Really? In before saves coming on every skill check to not spend effort points. Well, Anonymous, here's the thing. Here's the thing right now. I'm going to tell you the thing. I happen to know something about this game from when I played the beta of it long time ago. This is a thing I don't like. It's the only thing I can think of that I don't like about this game. And some people would think this is really cool, but those people are wrong. This game has time pass in really meaningful ways. Now, it doesn't just pass while you're standing around, you know, like, not doing anything, but when you rest, time passes. And when time passes, the world changes. Even parts you haven't even gone to yet. Stuff changes. And I tested this out extensively in the beta. Whole NPCs cease to exist. Whole quests disappear if you spend too long because things have changed. People die. Things happen. They happen whether you go there or not. So you can go to a place and, like, some of the fucking content will just be gone because you took too long getting there. So because of that, I don't want to rest very much. I want to keep the resting to an absolute minimum. Because if you just rest willy-nilly, all kinds of shit is gonna change and happen in the game, and you're gonna like, there's literally NPCs that are there if you go there right away, and if you rest like 3 or 4 times and go there, they're gone, and they'll never ever be back because they're dead or whatever. And like, they give you quests and shit. I mean, it's crazy how much the time passing actually changes things in this. So, but I'm not making time pass right now because I'm not resting. You obviously have impeccable taste. Here we go, boys. Screw you, Wednesday. I'm staying home. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Playing hooky is what it's all about. Whole world died by now. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do this. 75%. What did he get? Success. Taking care to avoid the sparks, you extract several handfuls of shiny trinkets and coin-like objects. You recognize their value at once. Such objects would be accepted as shins, the informal currency in most current regions of the world, so you gather them up and take them with you. Spray flesh. Spray flesh sounds useful. This tiny synth canister sprays a sticky, gelatinous substance. This gelatin covers and seals wounds instantly if applied correctly. Heals 8 points. Alright. Examine it again. And I gained 18 shins. Now I have 18 shins. Sparks angrily leap to and fro amidst severed cables and other broken components. Alright, there's some other stuff in this room that we can fuck around with. Such as these things over here. Yeah, the percentage reminds you of the Sunless Sea. Yeah. Fallout 1 had a time limit. Yeah, I do remember that. Get the water chip. We got some shins. So shins are like bottle caps in Fallout, I think. Shins are usually metal, but can be made of glass, plastic, or substances that have no name. Some are jagged bits of interesting material or small coin-like objects, such as highly decorative buttons from a machine, while others are properly minted and stamped with writing and images. It seems like a really imprecise form of currency. If anything could be shins, you could be like, look, all this crap I got here, these are shins. Yeah, so give me your actual goods of value for this collection of random crap I've got right here. Trust me, they're shins. Totally shins. I mean, I could see a lot of haggling with merchants over whether or not a given little bit of nonsense is a shin or not. I also got an encephalic rush. Heals 3 points of intellect. This pliable synth container is tightly sealed, holding a swirling purple gas. The purple substance is harvested from a vast structure buried beneath the sands of the beyond, which seems to constantly replenish, though it is hard to gather. If the container is jammed hard against the surface, it becomes permeable, unleashing the gas within. The original purpose of the gas is not known, but when inhaled by a human being, it provides a rush of mental energy. So I just found an energy drink. I just found a Red Bull, basically. Thanks again for that auto host, Brad. And I got a Fleetfoot Moss. Not to be confused with Fleetfoot Mac. Hey, Timu! Good to see ya. It's been a while. I used to play Guild Wars 2 with Timu. We were in the same guild a long time ago. That was fun times back then. This moss-covered pebble looks almost ordinary, and if it were lying on the ground, it would be difficult to spot. But the moss shifts in unexpected ways, and the pebble vibrates as it does. If held against the skin, the moss latches on and is absorbed, providing powerful resuscitating energies. These pebbles are found by diving into the waters around Sega's cliffs, perhaps grown by an unknown interaction with the surrounding Numenera. Powerful resuscitating energies sound good. I don't know that I've really started growing much of an audience, buddy. I mean, that's really a generous thing to say. I've got, what, 257 subscribers, or not subscribers, I'm not a partner, but followers, I mean, which is an extremely small number. Okay, so now we've got this thing to mess with. It looks like some kind of big, old, weird computer to me. Encephalic gives you wings? Nice. A slate black, unimpressive device hunkers before you. As you reach out to touch it, the triangle of lights on its casing blazes into life, and an image unfolds in your mind. I love when images unfold in my mind. A towering crystal arch rises over a jagged gray landscape. The air is dead and stifling. And there, at its emerald peak, the image collapses, leaving you staring into the device's triangular array of lights. Command me, the device or the intelligence within it says, each word carefully etched with distaste. Who are you? Your command was not understood, the intelligence says with clear satisfaction, sounding for all the world like it understood the question but is choosing not to answer. Command me. So we've got a fucking obstreperous computer sassing us already. What was that arch you showed me? Your command was not understood. The intelligence chuckles, its lights pulsing. Command me. I'm going to examine the outside of the device. An indignant hum rises from the intelligence's engines as you examine its ancient casing. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. You step back and the hum fades away. What commands do you recognize? The three lights throb irritably. Heated air sighs from the device's vents, and then a towering list of commands races through your mind, far too fast to read. You rub your eyes, groaning, and the intelligence chortles. Command me, it says smugly. Okay, I'm being trolled by some kind of ancient fucking computer. Seriously? I never played a whole lot of Guild Wars 1, Kilver. I played a little bit of it, but I never really got into it, because I never got into a guild, really, in it, or did much in the way of multiplayer kind of content. Whereas I did a lot of stuff in Guild Wars 2. A lot of of stuff with a guild and a lot of World v World and PvP and just doing PvE stuff with people and stuff. So it was a lot more fun for me. Even the game gives you the option to kick it. Yeah, so I can use the smashing skill. I like the fact that the game has a skill called smashing. You can be proficient in it, or you can be specialized in smashing. I'm a specialist in smashing. Show me that list of commands again. Slower, please. If anything, the list pours through your mind even faster than the last time. Command me. The intelligence draws. Show me that arch again. The device's triangle of lights throb in time with the growl of the engines within its casing, and the mental image unfolds once more. You see a huge crystalline arch on a jagged field. The arch is divided into rectangular cells, all of which are numbered, and they appear to be transparent and empty, except at the arch's pinnacle, one cell is lit in a brilliant, pulsating emerald. The number 0 is printed on its side. Thanks for the host, Jen. Appreciate that. Let's examine the jagged wasteland. Dry grit whirls across the empty plain. Many kilometers beyond the arch is the faint outline of what seems to be a broken tower, except that it is slowly stretching into the gray air. Alright, I can try to use Anamnesis here. Anamnesis is like your ability, your skill to reconnect with your ancient memories, or you know, access the memories of the falling of the changing god or whatever that are locked in your mind, or something like that. I don't remember exactly how they said it. So, oh, Saito's here. What's up, Saito? Well, let's see what the blessing of Saito does for us. Let's see what it does for us right here. I've never tried auto-hosting, actually. I just host people manually. And hey, Boss Pie. Good to see you. Alright, we're going to try to remember more details about this strange place. Oh boy. Am I going to spend effort on this, or am I going to save scum? Well, I think we know the answer to that. I think Anonymous can tell us exactly whether or not I'm going to spend effort or save scum. I've got an 80% though. That's pretty good. So, let's go. Not spending any effort. Success! The memory blossoms. You stand before this arch, eyeing the last 2 active cells in once impenetrable Lugum Vo. Unleash cell 29, you say, and a twisted artifact appears before you. You claim it with a faint smile, watching the light fade from the cell far above. So this isn't our character that's actually doing this. This is a memory we're having of the changing god doing this at some time in the past. You wanted to be first author? First author? You flinch from the memory, and it falls apart as you raise your eyes to the arch as it is now. Cell 29 is dark now. Only cell 0 remains. Examine it again. Far beyond the arch, the broken tower reaches for pale, red-threaded clouds. Close the image of the arch. You release your mental hold on the image of the arch, and it collapses, returning you to reality. Command me, the intelligence says sulkily. It's mad because I got something useful out of it. Unleash the contents of Cell 0. Oh, Cypher tutorial! You found a Cypher. Ciphers are Numenera objects that can trigger a powerful effect, but can only be used once. Ciphers and your Cypher limit score are displayed in a special section of the inventory screen. Take care not to accumulate more ciphers than your Cypher limit, or you will experience unpleasant side effects. The device's lights flutter with incandescent shock, then focus on you, flickering. Cell Zero will now be unleashed, the intelligence spits. Please be advised that the object you are about to receive is completely safe. Use no caution whatsoever. Nice. The strange contents of Cell Zero materialize before you. Warning, all cells are now vacant. Shuddering Lugum Vo. The intelligence's lights wink out one by one. 3 experience points. Alright. I only need 180 to my next advancement, so all I need to do is something like this. What? 60 times? Just 60 more times? 59 more times is all I have to do, something like this? We're set. I got an unstable detonation. A simple and effective explosive. Devices like these have been the bane of many who've had the misfortune of encountering them. Cobbled together from junk and Numenera, this detonation can have wild and unexpected effects when hurled at the enemy. Rumors have it that most of the unlucky victims of these devices were the people trying to use them, but their instability makes them just as dangerous to their owners as to their enemies. Well, that's good. That sounds like it's going to work out well for me. Some kind of crazy bomb. Some kind of crazy bomb. You did a narration where you had to do a French accent? Oh yeah? How did that go for you? You will experience unpleasant cyto effects. Cyto effects, nice. I'm enjoying it so far. I mean, I am really, really not very far into it. You know how Josiah speed works. So, you click start on your OBS to go live and it doesn't do anything. My stream don't go live. That's weird, Brad. Have you tried, like, I don't know, just like shutting OBS down and then like relaunching it? You probably have tried that. That's my clever and well-educated tech support tips. Have you tried turning it off and back on again? That always fixes it. 59 more snarky computers to go. Okay, anyway. No, do not, no! I almost clicked on use item. Actually, to be fair, I did click on it, but fortunately it didn't do anything. No, I don't want to use the item right now, I just want to take it. Interesting that a cast-off can command the changing god's machines. He crosses his arms across his chest. How'd you do that? Calistige rolls her eyes at Allegan. Then she looks to you. He'll never stop gnawing on this bone, you know. The truth is wasted on him. She gets a glint in her eye. Though I admit curiosity. How did you do that? Just lucky, I guess. I remembered something. I don't think it was my memory, though. Residual memories of a past consciousness. Truly fascinating. Oh, don't act like you know what that was. It's just as likely the machine triggered something past her amnesia. She gives you a meaningful look, then mimics teeth gnashing like an animal gnawing a bone. How does that... I'm trying to sort this out in my mind. How would you even... I mean, I'm trying to do it. And I don't know what I would do with my face if I wanted to convey to somebody with nothing but my face an animal gnawing a bone without saying anything. I think I've got it. Too bad I don't have a camera. You guys can see my awesome animal gnawing a bone face impression. You were possessed by some dude who was escaping death by jumping body to body, right? Yeah, you're one of his cast-off bodies. This body that you're in used to be him, used to be his, he jumped to a different body, leaving this body behind. And when he leaves his bodies behind, they're called cast-offs. Somehow, for some reason, a new mind is developed and they become whole other people of their own after he's left them behind. But he's creating these bodies. It's not like they're just people that are born normally and he takes them over. He's manufacturing these bodies for himself, using them, discarding them, and then after they're discarded, somehow they awaken with their own consciousness and become new people. So, and that's about literally all we know about what's going on. Good luck, Brad. Restarting your PC sounds like a good idea. Being hunted by this thing called the Sorrow. And what it is, we know nothing. We have no idea what it is or why it is hunting us. We just know it's allegedly called the Sorrow. And it's a big, dark, evil, scary thing with big, scary tentacles that was ejecting that was ejaculating some kind of shadow sperm into our very brain earlier. You don't want to know. You can watch the VOD. You can watch the VOD. Alright. Okay, I think we're done in here. We got some good stuff. So now I'm carrying all of the ciphers I'm allowed to carry. Deals 6 energy damage, 4 physical damage to all characters in range. Sounds pretty cool. And these things, fortunately, are not ciphers. So I can carry as much Fleetwood Mac, I mean Moss, as much Encephalic Rush, I mean Red Bull, and as much Spray Flesh, I mean Spray Flesh, as I want, because they don't count as ciphers. But these things, if I picked up another cipher now, it would go in one of these circles. And these are the bad circles. If you've got a thing in one of these circles, you start getting penalized with some sort of cipher sickness that does bad things to you. Fortunately, it goes away as soon as you get rid of the cipher, and I could give it to one of my companions, I could sell it, or I could use it, or I could just discard it. You know, so it's not like you get stuck with them and you can't get rid of them or whatever. I think because they wanted to avoid religious connotations. Yeah, that's probably true, Saito. Probably true. Alright. So, we've looked at all this stuff. The whole universe is inside this thing, apparently. This thing is healing itself slowly. Broken fragments. We talked to Allegan and Callistige.
We should not tarry in this chamber long. No doubt others saw your dramatic entrance.
I don't like the smell of this dome. Let's go. Sooner, not later.
I am 3 hours into the game, and we're finally leaving the first room that you wake up in. Yes! We're leaving the first... I mean, you start with the thing in your mind first, before you wake up in this room. So there is stuff that happens before you wake up in this room, but this is still the first room that your character actually wakes up in the real world. And we're about to leave, finally. Second room height.
I need to talk to you.
Okay, and now we're in a cool area. Now we're in an area known as the Reef of Fallen Worlds. Of course, a lot of it is blacked out, you can't see it, but this is one of the actual, like, outdoor districts of the city that we're in here now. And there's all kinds of weird shit around. Lots of weird shit. And there's where I crashed through the dome when I fell from space. That's how the game starts. It starts with you falling from space. Alright, so what we're gonna do... Oh, look, there's a flashing thing on him showing that he wants to talk to me. Interesting. Okay. So what we're gonna do... is end this episode here. can pause with P. Now it's paused. We're going to end this episode here. But if you're watching the stream, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not stopping. I'm going to keep right on plan for many more hours to come. If you're watching on YouTube, however, that's going to do it for this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Torment, Tides of Numenera.